Okay. Hello, Cuttlefish, hello. I'm sorry, we're starting a little bit late. I know, I'm sorry. Today has been a little bit hectic, trying to get everything in line. I'm working with technology I know nothing about. But hello. I know there's nothing up right now. Because I'm still waiting on everything to load. I scuffed my usual load up time, like my load up procedure, trying to make sure I got a few things done. And so now we are sort of waiting. I'm gonna go dive in and join in a minute, but we'll talk about what we're doing tonight. Because tonight we're gonna be playing more Subnautica. I have some goals. We'll be talking a little bit more about Nineveh and whatever else comes to mind. But in Subnautica we have 4 things that we need to do, right? So 5 things that we need to do. 1 is that we need to beat the game at some point. 2 is we've been challenged to construct, as part of the Spire, an aquarium that goes from the local seafloor up above the water. So we might get started on that. We may be starting in on that. The other thing is that we need to get our prawn suit decked out and working, and we need to turn Jif Joff Chef into a nice proper long boy, and we need to scan that which has not been scanned. So we're going to be fighting a Leviathan for its personal information. So that is what we're doing tonight. I don't know that we're going to get to all of them tonight. I would like to try, but I can make 0 promises that we're going to get to all of those tonight. But in a moment we're going to switch over, and in a moment we'll switch over. We'll have some very exciting loading bar action, and we'll have some talks. But welcome, Brandon, Dusky. Nice to see you two again. Yes, absolutely, loading bar hype. It is a loading bar with a little jiggling, tingling. Actually, hang on. We're gonna take a look at this. Hang on. Come with me, Cuttlefish. We're gonna go take a look at this. Come on with me. Also, big hype, big excitement. You can now officially see how I'm doing in real time. You can now see how I'm doing in real time, thanks to this brand new technology that I have managed to actually get working. You can see how I'm doing in real time. Um, I was worried I was not gonna be able. I wanted this last night. I was worried I wouldn't be able to get it, but I now actually have. You can see how I'm doing in real time. Uh, I'm concerned that I might be getting loading bar height because it's it's already going up and I'm worried. So this way, if I suddenly go completely silent and like those numbers, the numbers shoot up to like 200 or something, you'll know what happened. You'll know what happened. Um, so I'm very excited for this. Lots of tentacles, absolutely. Actually, I think our base is right near, built right near a lot of, built right near a lot of things that have tentacles. In fact, they're not the cuddly kind of tentacles, but they are. The loading bar I want you to see is look at this little pudgy thing. I love it. I love being able to see this wonderful little jiggling pingling. We're actually really close to our goal of having an entire locker full of pinglings. We don't have the propulsion cannon yet, so any ability to abuse them is currently reduced. It's currently reduced. But we may be able to get that. And if we do, I can't promise that it will be that I will be able to resist the siren allure of it. Here's where we are. I had originally planned my original goal was to come by here uh, when I was not streaming to do some organization and maintenance and stuff, and zero of that has happened. Zero of that has happened. So we're just gonna have to go like this, and we're gonna have to see what happens. But I promised people some things, and we are going to get into that. I promised some discussions of the thing that I'm working on as a GM, and we will be getting into that in a minute. Um, I still don't have because I don't have much of anything yet. Uh, where is my So I need to. Can I not refill these? I'd like to just refill them actually, if I can. If I can you not refill reactor rods? I don't actually know if you can refill reactor rods or not. Um, I think I have everything enabled properly. I want to say that I do. I'm gonna, I'm gonna assume, I'm gonna assume that everything's fine. I actually have a pretty low resting heartbeat. Like I only go around like 60 to 70 BPM when I'm not, when nothing's got me antsy or anything like that. So we'll see. We will see how long that lasts. But so of our goals, is there a what what's my cuttlefish feeling like in terms of like the first goal out? Do we do long boy? Do we do prawn suit? Do we go? That's a noise. That's a worrying noise. Do we go after Leviathan? Hopefully that won't blow up on me. I assume that taking too much damage does not will not blow up the nuclear reactor, but I don't know this for absolute certainty. I don't actually know that for sure. Long boy. I'm seeing at least one long boy. Okay. Okay. How do we get long boy? We need lead. Actually, we need a lot of lead still. Uh, let's see. What options do we have for I will after this. Stop bugging me. Okay. I will after this stop bugging me. Um teleport to a nearby sea truck teleportation mod. That actually sounds super good. That sounds super good. How nearby is nearby? What is is that? Are you a person or are did I just have a bot try to sell me an ad service? Or is that like one of the most amazing introductions ever? Okay. Okay, well, you know what? If they follow me, then I don't care. Uh we have that. Teleportation module. How has anyone used this? We're gonna build this, and this is probably not gonna be great. We're gonna build one of those. We're gonna build another storage module. Yeah, we're gonna build another storage and another and a teleportation module. Uh, okay, so we need some aerogel, which is ruby and stuff. So those of you who are members of the Discord can see a few things underneath in my sketchbook that we're probably going to be talking about some now that we have an initial goal. The initial goal is long boy, so we're going to be long boying it up. Uh, we're going to be long boying it up. Uh, and we're going to be talking tonight about the and watch me absolutely massacre this because I'm not good with this. Okay, I'm not good with this at all. Uh, we're going to be talking about the Jiandu Weiyun Hui. I think. I'm so sorry for anyone who can actually speak Chinese. I'm doing the best I can. I'm not good at it, but I will accept corrections. We're talking about some, because that is the formal that is the officially the name of the oversight board, which is I guess the big faction of humanity in the Union. Uh, the Union also has a name, which is in Chinese, and I don't remember it. Uh, if you're wondering if this is a future where where everyone speaks Chinese, it is not. Chinese is just one of the big languages out there. There's tons of small ones. There's tons of small ones. Uh, but it's like Chinese. Yoruba is a is another big one. Um, I've missed marble melons. I like marble melons a lot. Yoruba is another one. English of course has plenty of adherents out there in the great beyond. So I think I know what I'm doing well enough that let's let's why don't I because I promised everyone a story. I promised everyone to pick up with I guess let's call it the backstory of this whole thing. The backstory of this whole thing. Where did I leave off last time? Because uh I think I left off around the parceling out of the soul system. So we're gonna back up a little bit, talk about that a little bit a little bit more coherently. I do have to say, I do have to say, I am not I'm not going to be streaming for quite as long tonight as I did last night. I am I'm a little on the tired side. Uh, in part because of last night. Have you still not go and eat something? Like you let me know when you get back, and then it will be story time. When the cuttlefish say story time, then it's story time. Meanwhile, I will talk about I will inquire. I will mention a few other things. Um I will talk about a few other things, and I will talk about the long boy goals that we have, which I'm excited about. So I know, um, people who may or may not know, like, if anyone out there knows, can I stack the sea truck efficiency modules? Do those stack, or am I about to destroy my ability to get different places? Let me know, please, because I'd like to know that. It'd be nice to know that in advance. It's not going to stop me. It's not going to stop me even a little bit, but it would be nice to know. Um, so I can't stack them. Okay, so I am 100% going to be destroying all of my all of my ability to do this. Okay, so I'm going to be destroying that. Okay, that's fine though. That's fine. So we've run into a snag. We need more titanium. To get more titanium, we're gonna need prawn suit. And for prawn suit, I kind of want to. Oh, we need more titanium to actually build the prawn suit. Which ones? So we want it on this side. Okay. So we're gonna go. We're gonna go and we're gonna go get some titanium first, because that's the thing that the spire that everything craves. Mercifully, we have plenty of titanium here. We have plenty of titanium. Okay, you're just a screamer. See, my heart rate didn't even the heart rate didn't even move. We're fine. We're fine. Okay. Oh, there we go. Come on. Let me drill. Let me drill you. I just want to drill you. So, to be a proper long boy, in my opinion, we are going to need a minimum of 5 additional modules. So I feel like we need at least 6 separate compartments of this. What do you guys think? Is 6 enough, or is 6 too few? Someone let me know. Because we are going to make a long sea truck. We're gonna make a very long boy. We might have to rename it the Long Boy. I don't know if we're going to or not yet. But I think we're gonna. One thing that I definitely am gonna be doing is I'm definitely gonna be trying to get that last scan tonight, because what's the point of? Oh, nice. 69. I beat a 69. That's. Oh, it went up because I got too excited. So I was talking about how many capsules I wanted my sea truck to have for it to be a proper long boy. I don't know how many makes a proper long boy, and I was soliciting feedback on that part, and I'm very happy because my resting heart rate seems to hover around 69 or so, which I'm enjoying because apparently I have the soul of a child. Okay. But you haven't missed story time. You haven't missed story time yet. That's an Arctic ray egg. Okay. Nice to know that's what that is. I'm definitely keeping that in my aquarium right outside my bedroom. I wonder if you can put aquariums in the big rooms. I wonder if I can put aquariums in the big rooms. Because if I can put aquariums in the big rooms, I need to redesign, like, how I have my aquarium. There's no other titanium, like, just around here. Is there? Yes, no, that's copper. I don't need that much copper. Okay. Okay, here we go. Um, so we're gonna rewind time a little bit, and we're gonna establish like some things because I feel like that's a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit important for story time. Okay. Uh, wow, I cannot hold anything. Okay. Uh, have I built all my things out here? Because maybe I need to finish putting lead into those to make some room. No. No, no, no. I have finished all my stuff. The things I need lead for, I don't have an access to right now. Oh, I have a thing nearby. That's what I'll do. We'll just go here. Okay. So, I promised story time when everyone got back. Um, oh, I can put them in here. Look at this. That's much nicer. Okay, okay, so my aquarium isn't gonna go there. Okay, so what's gonna happen? Hey, glow whale. Look at you, beautiful. Okay, it won't be long enough until it dwarfs my base. Okay, good to know. Uh, we might have to come back and do like a little challenge thing of that another time. Okay, where's the long room? Actually, we'll have it go. Yes, Jif Joff Jeff the whale. See, okay, so the thing that I can't do, that I'm actually really sad about, and I mean, I'm really sad about this, is because I don't have enough room. I don't have enough room on Jif Joff Jeff, because you can only have so many characters. I wanted to keep naming them. I wanted to name every single component of it a different part until it just kept going. It was like Jif Joff Jack Jack, Jif Joff Jack Jack Joof. It just kept going. Maybe started with the G's, so it's Geth. After that, I don't know. But I wanted to keep doing that for all of them. That was my goal. That was my goal and plan. That was my goal and plan, and I am legitimately very sad that you can't do that in this game. But maybe I will post an official name of it on Discord, or actually I'll start making signs in Jif Joff Jeff's moon pool, and like for every module I'll have another sign that has the full name, and we'll just wrap it around the outside. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, that's we have a plan now. I don't I don't I don't know if this is the I don't know if this is a terrible plan or if this is the best plan ever, but we now have a plan. We now have a plan. Okay. 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 Okay, awesome. Let's okay. Oh, I'm happy for this. Okay. Um So, I promised story time, and I am nothing if not a Xenos of my word. I am nothing if not a Xenos of my word. Don't call the Imperium. Don't tell the Imperium, please. Oh, that's oh, I didn't mean to do that. That is a shame. That's a shame. But maybe I'll have to get it at some point. I want to no no take me back up. Let me talk. Okay, I didn't mean to get back in. Yeah, that's a shame. That is a shame. Um. Okay. I can't. I can't add anything to to my inventory because it's full. Okay. Okay. All right. Um. How don't need these. We need two of them, but we're gonna need more for other. We're gonna need more for other things. Okay. So, story time, Cuttlefish. Is it story time? Is it story time, or are we still more focused on the debate of Jiff Joff Jeff? Jiff Joff Jeff maybe? Oh, you're so pretty. Okay. All right. Story time. Let's go. Let's rewind it back. For those of you who are all about story time, let's go. For those of you who are new or just joining, welcome, welcome. This is a story about all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. Now, I want you to take a minute to stick right there, and I'll tell you all about this sci-fi world I'm building for a tabletop game. I'm in a good mood, and that is probably very dangerous. Okay, thank you. You shouldn't encourage me. Don't encourage me. I can stop anytime I want. So, I was talking. Hello there, Cuttlefish. Nice to see you again, Zan. I was talking last night, yesterday, sometime previously. I've done it again. I keep doing this. I was talking sometime previously. I was talking last stream. There we go. Last stream, I was talking about the idea of the Oversight Board. The Oversight Board, which was a branch of humanity that made it to the stars, discovered how to do wormhole travel, and ultimately, was one of the big founding forces of a group called the Union. It actually has a name, and the name is something that I don't quite remember because the thing about coming up with stuff is that, like, if it's a lot of stuff, you can kind of forget. You can kind of forget what you're doing. And I have forgotten what I'm doing in that case. But they they started out as nothing more than, why am I doing it this way? This is a dumb idea. Still gonna do it because I already started, but this is a dumb idea. They started out as nothing more than an organization designed to handle near Earth object resource extraction. And they eventually broke away from Terran. And I say Terran not because I'm calling people from your planet Terrans. They're not. That's a thing that you guys need to stop doing. Like, aliens don't call you guys Terrans or Earthlings, okay? Like, every planet out there is named Earth in whatever language, came to become the dominant languages of that world, okay? Because everyone's concept of a planet basically started off as the dirt beneath their feet. Okay, except for a couple people for whom the term for their planet is basically their word for water, but we'll talk about them another time. I'm not supposed to pollute your culture too much. So, let's, it's a secret. My location is a secret. Okay, my location is a secret. Okay, break you apart. And this is a fab module, which I want you to find. And this is a story that takes place because space is vast, and doing things on a vast scale takes big timelines. Big timelines. Well, if if I don't show up for stream tomorrow, if I don't show up for stream tomorrow, we will know who to blame, won't we? Maybe if I'm not here for stream tomorrow, we'll know who to blame, won't we? Okay. So that's the fab module, right? Yes. Okay. Storage. Um. Yeah. Anyway, go on. So that's yeah, okay, yes and no. It's complicated. Local space, like inner solar system, I'd like to clarify, inner solar system basically is out to the asteroid belt, and that's it, right? Inner system is like months. That's zippy. That's speedy AF. Did I misplace a module? Oh no, there it is. There's it. Three, and then this is the tiny one at the end. Okay. Uh, so, this is a story that takes place over centuries, right? Let's assume they got started somewhere like in the vicinity of 5 decades of your current year. You know? Um, they, the oversight board, when it went, saying rogue isn't exactly right, but let's call it that. Let's say they went rogue, right? Let's say they went rogue. And they then used that going rogue to then launch colonization efforts towards the asteroid belt. Because at this point in time, the people on Earth, societies on Earth, the organizations, did not want to fund asteroid colonization. They were just interested in near Earth or near Earth objects because that basically solved Earth's resource issues. Right? With me so far? With me so far? Good. Okay. So, the oversight board, the oversight board then went, hey, you know what we could do? And then they did it. While this was going on, people such as Melon Tusk and Mr. Pesos decided that they were not going to be limited by the idea of attempting to. I'm sorry, Cuttlefish, I'm yawning. They were not going to be limited. Let's discover some eggs while I'm away. Okay, we know what that is. They were not going to be limited by governmental cooperation or anything like that. And they eventually got together a series of companies whose purpose was to colonize Mars. Because if they aw, thank you. If they weren't going to be allowed to have the world or the near Earth orbit things, and they needed a jumping off point, moon base was a big one, right? So moon base is good and not good. And here's the thing, the Mars mission is what got Luna to be colonized. We'll talk about Luna later, right? We don't need to talk about every systemic detail yet in the system. I'm not trying to write the splat book for the Sol system yet, okay? No splat book for Sol 1 yet, for the Sol system yet. But, we don't have what we need to make the other thing. So I guess we're gonna go farming? No, we work on the base first as much as we can. Okay, that's what we do. not in, but as the asteroid belt was being taken by the oversight board, as the asteroid belt was being taken by the oversight board, um, the these associations of companies were colonizing Mars. It was being divided corporatively, let's say, even before even before that was really an issue. Even before that was really an issue. That was being it started being divided corporatively. Um because why not, right? Some governments wanted in on it, some governments wanted in on it, and some governments actually had Martian land rights, let's call them. Yeah, they had Martian land rights for a little bit, but they were eventually bought out, and Mars would slowly develop with strong ties back to Luna, which became acts as a big hub for travel inside the inner system, and with very it became very corporatized. Um, so everything there was broken up into basically holdings companies that acted as governments. They did law, they did security, they did utilities. It was, let's say, corporate. I don't want to say fascist implies like typically implies to people like you have a tinfoil hat dictator, right? And that's not what it was. It was fascist in the sense that there is a single point of power that controls the whole governmentation as well as legal ramifications of what is and isn't allowed in terms of things like marketing and product placement and other things like that. Thank you. Totalitarian is probably the ideal word here. Totalitarian, thank you. I don't think I actually want that there. I think I can fit two of these in here if I move them to the sides. So that's what we're going to be doing. Can I then fit another one in here? I have to build it first, right? Because it's weird in this game. So it was a very totalitarian, corporative. It was everything was run by your local board of directors, basically. And that's what Mars became. During this time, the oversight board had expanded. Um, and I will be saying oversight board because that is the English name. And I don't trust myself. I don't want to be known as that person who keeps insisting on mangling Chinese, okay? I don't want to be that person. And I would hope that you don't want me to be that person either. I would like to think that. Um, so, so, oh shit. We've done it again. We've done it again. Hang on. Okay. One of these days I'll stop doing that, I swear. Uh, okay. Um, but while this was happening, the oversight board was very busy with the asteroid belt. Ceres, as you know, Ceres is what's known as a depending upon who you ask, it's either a super asteroid or the tiniest of planets, right? It's very small and very precious looking. But Ceres, aw, thank you. I'm glad you feel that way. Uh-oh. Something broke around here. What broke and where did I break it? I'm gonna have to find the breakage. Um, but, uh, but, but, I swear, Brandon, you're like a cheerleader for us VTubers. You're like a cheerleader for us. It's insane and also very heartening. So thank you. Um, okay, but we are gonna get there. I'm not gonna stop until I get there. Um, um, the story time, right? Story time. Let me not get distracted. Story time. Story time, Cuttlefish. So, well, I mean, if I was a big titty macro dragon, I would too, right? They might have also had a lot of boosts behind them and a lot of publicity, depending on where they came from. Wow, that's amazing. So yeah, I don't know. Like it's not bad. Like I haven't been doing this that long. I don't stream every day and I haven't been doing it that long. So I'm not displeased with my growth. I mean, some people feel that way about me. I I'd like to think at least some people out there feel that way about me. But I leave that up to you to decide. Um, okay, I think we're at the limit of what we can actually reasonably do without getting some serious more stuff. Nice, nice. See, yeah, yeah. Uh, don't get me wrong. We'll talk about Booba another time. Let me just say that there was a lot of temptation there. There was a lot of temptation there, and I don't begrudge anyone who has all the Booba having all the Booba. I don't blame anyone. Because speaking personally, there was a lot of temptation there. Oh, I guess I can't kill that yet. Okay. Um, wow, okay. Well, it, uh, it kind of depends. The problem, okay, brief aside from story time is the problem with Twitch is they are, aw, yeah, the problem with Twitch is their enforcement is up to their discretion, and I'd rather just not be on the side of they could so discreth. But that's just my personal thing. Thank you. Thank you, Cuttlefish. It warms my heart to know that. Anyway, story time. As Theris was becoming the major hub for the oversight board, and they were starting to look out towards the gas giants because this was a faction of humanity that had decided it was going to go into space, and their culture, their culture, um, their culture encourages people to have that yearning, encourages people to have that push, that drive, that movement in that direction, right? Okay. Oh, very calm, even despite that roar. Okay. Um, so they're not looking at how do we claim the inner solar system or even the planetoid solar system. They're looking at how do we get space. Uh, no. Uh, I actually don't think you're allowed to do hot tub stream. You injured my base. You injured. No, fuck this. You're getting knifed. Get the fuck out of here. I'm so sick of your ass just constantly being around here and just wrecking things. Just leave and don't come back. Why are you like this? Oh, oh, oh. Okay. Sorry. I'm so tired of that thing. I'm so tired. Okay. Absolutely not. Okay. The stupid shark squid did this. The stupid shark squid was doing all of this. Oh. Hate. I hate it so much. Cuttlefish. I hate it so much. My heart rate went up by like 30 points there. Holy crap. Okay. Also, I don't know if a hot tub stream is okay, but we'll see what we can do at some point. If there is to be a hot tub stream, I will let you know. Although, truth be told, I don't like hot tubs. But that's like a personal thing. I don't like hot tubs. We can get into why later. Now is story time. And I can focus, I swear. But now is story time. We'll figure it out. Story time. So, the oversight board wasn't looking at how do we even necessarily get the what's known as the outer solar system, but how do we get the Oort cloud? How do we get space? How do we get to Centauri? So their idea, which they were not sharing, is that they're going to go out and they're going to colonize the big gas giants. They're going to harvest them for fuel. They're going to gear up massive generational ships that can get up to like an appreciable percentage of the speed of light, and they're going to push them out into the inky darkness, and they're going to take space because no one they haven't heard anyone yet. As far as they know, they are on their own. That question will be answered after this phase of the story, Sunir. So stick around. So my D&D game does not take place in this world. This is a world I'm working on to run games. Let's go. I hate everything about you. So tired of you. Okay. Everyone saw it. It bit first. This was self-defense. I'm in the clear. I'm so sorry. I know you're just a dumbass animal doing what you do, but we cannot live together. I'm so sorry. But I could not live with you any longer. Okay. I'm short of breath now. Okay. That is what the oversight board is wanting to do. To get out to the stars. The corporations, the corps, don't know. The corps don't actually know this. So the corps just hear about them, just see them going out and colonizing, Uranos? I think we determined last time it's pronounced Uranos. And they see this and they go, holy crap. They're going to take the entire system. We have to do something. Like, we can't let them just take everything, right? No, I need, this one, yeah, titanium. So, a lot of corps get together, they make agreements, because they'd rather work with themselves than, like, have the solar system be gobbled up. And they're like, okay, we're getting together a bunch of crap, and we are taking Jupiter. Because you know what Jupiter is, Cuttlefish? Jupiter, yes, the full-on panic mode that happens only when a government or a massive organization is being robbed of something that they don't have, but actually wanted to have. So they're like, we're taking Jupiter because Jupiter is not just a gas giant cuttlefish. It is an entire subsystem. It has 16, 30, 20 something. It has a lot of moons. It has a lot of moons. It has tons of resources, tons of metals, tons of minerals, tons of living space. And you might be thinking, well, why didn't the Oversight Board take the Jovian subsystem? Because it's a great jumping off point for the outer solar system, right? Well, Jupiter is radioactive AF. It's a radioactive AF. And because of that, like, no one has the oversight board is like, let's not try to colonize this place that's going to be hell to try and colonize, even by the standards of trying to colonize things in space. Like, Jupiter is nuclear. Like, you can't live on the surface of Jupiter's moons without serious and deeply expensive shielding. But the corps are like, no, we're gonna have this. This is represents, because like Jupiter by volume is like, I want to say like 20% of the solar system's resources. The sun is like 80. Jupiter is like 15-ish, and then like the remaining like, and then Saturn's like a nut, like the Jovian subsystem's like 15-ish, and then Saturn is like a couple percent, and then like the remaining like 3% of the solar system's resources is like everything else. See, gene therapy did start playing into it later, but it actually did. But we're not going to talk about that one yet. So they grabbed the Jovian subsystem, and that's going to be important to talk about like later, okay? But we're not going to worry about that now. So Ninema uses a game system that is called the Boundless System. And if you're wondering, like, why haven't I heard of the Boundless System? If you're into TTRPGs, that's because I am spearheading the development, with assistance from a couple others, of the Boundless System. And in the Boundless System, radiation is energy damage. I believe radiation is energy damage. Don't quote me. I don't have all the notes in front of me. And I have too many systems rolling around up in my head for me to be absolutely sure of anything. But I believe it's energy. Oh no, okay, I have spares. That's fine. I have spares. If I was doing Pathfinder, I would actually probably do it as poison force damage. If you were to ask me what I would do it in Pathfinder, poison force, I think. But I like your half fire, half poison, because it has aspects of both to it. That's another great way of doing it, I think. So whilst the corps were struggling to get the Jovian subsystem, like, to function, while they were struggling to get the Jovian subsystem to function. Ah, that makes sense. You couldn't, I don't think you could in Boundless easily. You could probably do something like that with some stuff that we're not talking about yet, because tonight's not a systems night. But yeah, like if this was Pathfinder rules, yes. What's gonna happen is, because I am a little overhydrated, I'm going to take a quick break, because what we're gonna leave off is with the Oversight Board has grabbed Uranos, and it has become the massive dockyard of the Sol system. As the Jovian subsystem is being colonized by the corpse, as they're struggling to solve radiation issues, communication, like it's enough radiation that this is like health issues, building issues, communication issues, technology endurance issues, because it's strong enough radiation that this damages circuitry. Like, the Jovian subsystem is brutal. And so they're actually having to rapidly iterate and try to develop technology that is actually of a lot of use, but that is being pulled together like literally at the last second to try and get this colonization effort to actually go through. The oversight board, yes, exactly. The oversight board is building up these massive dockyards around Uranos, and they are grabbing asteroids from the belt. They are grabbing small asteroids from the belt, the most solid of asteroids, right? And they are hollowing them out, filling them with massive tanks of pressurized water, uh, and then pushing giant engines onto the back of them and building space stations inside, turning them in to these ships to the stars that they're going to start pushing out to places like Cirrus, places like Alpha Centauri, the closest systems, because when you get into space colonization and when you start being a space-borne species, the spaceborne faction of your species, what it learns is that you don't need planets to colonize a system. In fact, 9 times out of 10, trying to terraform a planet is just going to get in the way. You're building stations, you're building infrastructure, you're building megastructures to house population, to act as the environment that you need. And it's only then that you're going to look at actually doing massive terraforming works, if you even want to. You might decide you'd rather build a garden world where everyone lives inside massive greenhouse domes and preserve whatever natural environment and resources are on that planet, rather than having to possibly lose all of that in the massive upheaval of completely redoing a planetary environment. So we're going to pause the story there. We're going to leave off there because I need to go deal with the after effects of a bunch of hydration. I'm going to be right back. I'll be back in just a couple minutes, and we'll start talking about the next phase of the story and start going off to get some more resources to finish up what we're trying to do. All right? Don't go anywhere. I will be right back. What, Senior? You ask your question, I'll answer it as soon as I get back. Okay, okay. Take care, everyone. Be back in just a moment. World domination? Really? I leave you alone for 2 minutes and it's world domination? Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. I leave you alone for 2 minutes. It's world domination. Hey, hey, Devil Joe. How you doing? It's good to see you back. We're having story time tonight, where we're talking about where I'm finishing up some of the story from yesterday. Oh, suddenly I need all the copper. Oh dear, what will I do? Okay. Huh. Beans. I yeah, beans are cute. Um I suppose I would assume that they have some kind of protection against that. I would assume. Suddenly we actually do need we actually do need all the copper. Okay. Quick copper run. They're out of here. Um so so we left off we left off with everything sort of proceeding out towards the stars. Oh, that's a great idea. Thank you, Devil Joe. I might have to throw that against my players at some point. Because my players are absolutely in a fantasy setting. Now, uh, I promised one of you, a like, what was the stupidest things that my players have ever done? I promised you an answer to that. I'm so sorry. I will. There has been more. I don't know how important. I'm so sorry, Mochi. Welcome back to the Motley. Uh, but oh, ever made? What was the stupidest decision any of my players ever made? Before story time resumes, we're going to talk about what the stupidest decision my players had ever made was. I think the stupidest decision my players ever made was okay. A little bit of backstory. Oh, the stupidest thing they ever made.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
The stupidest thing they ever made. Huh. So I hope that player does. This doesn't get back to that player, but honestly, the stupidest thing. Uh, I actually have no idea. My players are not very crafter orientated, so I actually don't know what the stupidest thing they've ever made is. Like I honestly would have to say that the thank you. I saw that. I have no room. I gotta make some glass before I do anything. uh I don't know. My players don't make an awful lot of things. I'm working on
Vital signs
my players
stabilized.
don't make an awful lot of things. So the stupidest thing they've ever done, and then it's story time again, and I'll catch you up, Mochi. I'll catch you up in brief summary. Uh, is okay, a little bit of background. They were in the Shadowlands, and they got I'm gonna say tricked because that's probably the shortest way to describe it. They got tricked into becoming vampires. They got tricked into becoming vampires, which they were not happy about. So they ran into they ran into a lich that they've known of and who does stuff. So I'd like to be clear. The lich is not exceptionally hostile to them for what I'm going to say are reasons. I'm not going to describe those reasons at this moment in time, but they do exist. Um, they do exist, and we can talk about them another time. But they ran into said lich, and they were like, "Man, it sucks that we are vampires now." And the Lich basically was like, I could help you with that if you wanted. All you need to do, all you need to do is I'm going to give you an item, and because my players were trying to help get a god resurrected. Long story. They're like, when, because all the gods are dead except for the new gods, which aren't actually gods. But we'll more details on that another time. Um, but they like all you have to do is when you go to resurrect that god that you're trying to resurrect, you take this item and you throw it into the middle of the ritual so that it resurrects my god instead. And if you agree to this, I will make you unvampire. And if you betray me, if you betray me, then I will hunt you down and I will revamp. I will disconnect you from your sire. I will disconnect you from your sire so that you don't have so that your sire can't command you. But if you betray me, I will undo everything I've done to help you. And they went, okay, let's make this deal. And so the next thing that the bard does is they run into an old associate of theirs who's trying to help get this god resurrected, and they go, hey, we've made a deal to betray you. We don't really want to, but we've made a deal to betray you. So and here's the item that we would be using to betray you. So they ended up so they betrayed the Lich, and they ran into the Lich again because the Lich had business in the Shadowland, in this city in the Shadowlands, right? And he was like, I'm gonna be in the area for a little bit, right? So if anything else happens, you know where to find me. So they just, however, and so they found this Lich just getting some like street vendor food, and the Lich goes, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And they're like, "Fine, fine, fine." And he goes, "So, any new progress on stuff?" And they're kind of like, "No, nothing to tell about." And the bard gets this great idea where it's like, "Yeah, no, we're good. We're still working on that whole thing. Looking forward to maintaining that." And so I'm like, roll me a bluff check. And they're a bard. They've got a good bluff, right? But the thing, this isn't an epic level NPC. He's like a 2,000-year-old lich, and his previous some of his previous classes include monk. And he's got a great sense motive, and so they just lie to the lich about betraying him. The lich figures it out and is like, "So you," and like, "Actually, no, sorry, we betrayed you." And it's like, and he's just like, "Well, you realize this means I'm going to have to now go to your sire, tell them that I freed you, and tell them, look, I'm going to help you get these two back under your control, and you're going to have a vampire hunting you now, right?" And they're like, "Yes." And the thing that adds the cherry on top of this is that, like, a couple months later, or half a year later, because this is a campaign, it wasn't a one shot. Like half a year later, they decide that they're going to work for this lich. After all, so the whole thing happened. There's a vampire, like a vampire lord. There's a vampire lord that is now allied with a local necromancer who they've also now pissed off. Like in the city where they live, where they've just recently gotten thrown out of the apartment where they lived because they're now being hunted by by the local drow. And they're working for the lich they said they weren't going to work for anyway.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
It's amazing. Like the story of the bad decisions were made. Yes. The thing about the players I have that's kind of amazing, is they make decisions not based on what they would want to happen, but based on what has already happened. So it's like every decision they make is like they're trying to use that decision to solve the problem that existed before the last decision that they finished making. So it's like they're constantly making decisions for one problem behind where they are, and that's kind of amazing, and I sort of love it. It's kind of really amazing. I think part of it is because they really want to feel like they're doing the right thing, and they really want to be like, I don't know, I guess the good guys, so to speak, right? But they don't, they also are very afraid of consequences. They're incredibly afraid of consequences. So what they will never do is they'll never actually pick a side and stick with it through thick and thin. As soon as it looks like the consequences are going to be bad, they'll start considering bailing. And that's the thing that has been goozling them the entire campaign, is because they won't, good or evil, they won't pick a side and just roll with it. They keep trying to find the side that means that no one is going to come after them. And it's like, in any conflict where there's multiple sides, not like if you ally with one, others are going to come after you. Yes, agreed. First one, but if you decide to ally with exactly none of them and work for all of them, maybe just a little bit, eventually all of them are going to come after you. So that's kind of what's happened at this point. Because there was a minute when the vampirism was still a concern for them. There was a hot second where they were thinking about joining up with the necromancer. There was a hot second. And he offered them a small part in the he's like, well, you're always welcome to be a part of the local undead. Sorry, it's not undead. Undead is the derogatory term. The local non-vitalist community. He's very insistent that they not be called undead, because that's prejudice. That's an extremely vitalist perspective. So yeah, that's kind of how this campaign has been going. I will say I have absolutely loved the ever-loving heck out of this campaign. The only reason that I wanted to finish mostly so I can try other things, and because I don't like the setting. I don't like the setting. The setting was something I came up with for a 4X game concept that I have designed partly but never done anything with. But I don't really like fantasy settings that well. I'm not an amazing fantasy storyteller. So I want to do something that is more in line with what I know and like. And I'm working on two settings, and the one that we're having story time about is one of them. And it's the one that's furthest along, and the other one is one that I'm sure you'll hear about more in the future. I'm sure. But yeah, that is I'd like to emphasize that this is not the whole campaign. What I told you, that's like the last 6 or 7 months that we've played. Like that, there are so many things that have happened. So many curious choices.
Integrity restored.
And it's been wonderful, and I would not trade it for the world. Kind of. What's really funny is that, and this is not a slander, so one of my players tries to play in character. They try to make character choices, not like mechanically sound choices, which I thank her for very much. I thank her for very much. A very politically correct necromancer, yes. And the other one tries to be in character, but they have very profound ADHD. And they occasionally, because of the way that affects their decision making, they will sometimes just do whatever seems like immediate fun at the time. And that leads to some very interesting things. So Mochi, if you're looking for a long-term campaign,
Briefing systems initiated.
me and maybe, if maybe's still good with this, can I talk about this maybe? I hope I can talk about this. If I can't, I'm so sorry. We are both forever GMs, and we want to kind of start getting some games running. Like, we are looking to try and maybe do some campaign streams for like VTubers. I think you have VT in your name, so I assume you're a VTuber. I assume you're a VTuber. So like, if you're looking for a long-term campaign, I don't know when that's going to start up, but I'm going to be trying to coordinate this between like you and maybe and Devil Joe and maybe some other people. Oh, awesome. I will if I am in a position to help you once I like before by the time you debut, I will. Like I can help you with some things as it stands, but I mean like raid you and things like that or whatever. Twitch, the only time where raiding is a good thing. Why is my health at 0.5%? Why is my health at half? That's weird. Okay. All right, the squid shark fight. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's why. That's why. Okay. Thank you, Sunnier. Okay. So, is it time for more of the story of Nineveh? Is it time for more of the story of Nineveh? Um, oh, you're very welcome, Mochi. Dusky, I don't think I can answer that on the grounds that it might incinerate me. It might incriminate me. God, what? Ignore. I can't talk anymore, apparently. Is Fatal the one that has you roll for it's the famous meme one? Okay. I don't know if I can say what it's famous for and be within TOS. Like there's a lot you can say and be within TOS. But I don't think you could say that. Uh so yeah. Okay. Oh nice! You also have a partner. Okay, good luck. So tell you what. I will tell you about the politically correct necromancer, and then I promise to talk more about Ninema, okay? So politically correct necromancer, then Ninema. Okay? Does that sound good to everyone? I'm okay without this. I'm actually okay. The Cyclops would be nice, but I'm super into the truck. Okay, so the politically correct necromancer doesn't actually have like a name that's been revealed in game, so I'm not gonna say it on here because because at least one of my players watches the stream sometimes, and I am not going to spoil that. Uh, I'm not going to spoil that, but but so the city of Sunset, which is the big city where this takes place, it's huge. Uh, has a big no undead policy. Big no undead policy. Um, and because of this, uh, but it's also in perpetual twilight. So, like, for a lot of undead that have issues with sunlight, it's also a really ideal location to be. So, a long time ago, Sunset had these crypts, catacombs, and it has a semi-natural cave system beneath it, and it has sewers that used to be part of the sewer system that are now defunct and derelict. And in this mess of underground stuff, this non-vitalist community has set up, and the necromancer is gathering together other uh, other non-vitalists who want to make a good life for themselves, and they plan to embark on a campaign of hang on, I have a note here. I have a note here. A campaign of social education, cooperation, harmony, togetherness, and the removal of all who stand in their way. So they plan to embark on a campaign of that once they feel like they have an appropriate marketing and military forces team. What do you mean the last one stands out? Why would that last one stand out? It's just a form of social outreach, right? That's all it is. Okay. So that is basically the necromancer. Hopefully, I hope maybe is still here because I know maybe wanted to hear this, so hopefully maybe is still around as well. But that's a politically correct necromancer, kind of in a nutshell. Uh, he is actually currently working with the vampire lord that the party is being hunted by. Uh, because, well, for a lot of reasons. The vampire lord followed them there, and they made the connection, and so now they're talking. I guess talking's a good word for it. The necromancer last game gave gave the vampire lord permission to hunt down the party because he had asked the vampire lord very politely not to hunt down people who might be members or allies of the local non-violence community. And she had very begrudgingly said okay. But then they stole his pet enslaved dragon, and so now this is happening. Because he had a pet enslaved dragon. To be clear and to be fair to the necromancer, he had a pet enslaved dragon because the dragon had shown up, decided that they felt they could run the operation better than the necromancer, and tried to take over from the necromancer. They were a relatively young dragon, relatively inexperienced, and the necromancer, rather than killing the dragon, felt like 100 or a century or two as a door guard might help teach the dragon some manners. So that's what happened with that. Okay, so hopefully maybe it's still around, because we're gonna get back into talking about Ninema some. I promise to catch up for at least one of you. So here's the catch up to this. Okay, here's the catch up to this. Last night, what I think you were there for, we talked about how the Oversight Board and the Corps were the two big powers that got into space in the Sol system. The Corps took Mars and the Jovian subsystem and Luna, and the Oversight Board took the asteroid belt and eventually took the much of the outer system like Saturn Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, etc. And they have started to build colony ships to send them out to the closest stars. Oh, right. To send them out to the closest stars to begin the process of colonizing them. It is, I think, about a century later. The status quo has not changed exceptionally. Colonization has continued. There's nothing particularly, let's say, shocking that has happened aside from what we could call local politics. Okay? well, well, the nice thing is that it's still under ownership of myself. It's still under my own ownership, and I'm happy to. I don't mind sharing it, and I'm looking forward to talking a bit about it more here and there, especially if like I might try and convince some people who I end up playing stuff with to see if they will agree to do like some play tests or mechanics discussions in the future. But we're not going to go into excruciating detail yet. That's part of why like I'm not talking about all of the details. We'll get there. We'll get there at some point. When the playtests come out, that's when we'll start talking in even more depth. Um, but the nice thing about Twitch streams is that the content you make on Twitch is content you own. Like everything you say on Twitch is yours, basically. It's a little more complicated, but yeah, anyway. So we're gonna start here. Okay. Okay, we're not gonna start here. We're gonna start here. So this is GIF. Oh, it explains it. Okay, so GIF. Where was I? So it's about a century later, maybe a century and a half, that the idea of wormholes as a thing that can exist starts to emerge. And this is done not within the corpse, not within the corpse, but within the oversight board. And it takes a while before this works. And eventually, this is used to develop the entire like the whole thing with a wormhole engine. There's no such thing as a wormhole drive, although some people call them that. We won't get into the semantics of it right now. So you have this wormhole engine, and humanity, being what it is, decides after doing a number of tests. Why can't I, Oh, because I'm still building that. Okay, that's why. Uh... But uh, the once discovered small scale tests, after several small scale tests, um, the conclusion the conclusion is that okay, so we do them on the backside here. The conclusion is that this is a piece of technology that is capable of like being human safe. Being human safe. So once it's deemed human safe, the first thing that happens is a large ship is commissioned, constructed for the purpose of exploring, for the purpose of exploring what is out there. It's a small test run, only like a few hundred light years, right? Maybe not a few hundred, like a few thousand light years, I think. Is gonna be and is like the maiden voyage, right? There's a system out there. They have just started to receive like the very first signs of radio transmissions from. So everyone's keen, like, are these actual radio transmissions or is this another fluke of nature, right? Never mind the fact, and it's a star that seems like it should have planets in the G class that are G class planets or near enough for life potentially. So off they go. And when they arrive, they encounter what is going to be the second species of the big three. The second species of the big three. And that is the Catolians. And when they arrive, because of the way time dilation works, right? It's been no time. It's not time dilation because of the way space works. Things take time to get there, right? So they make this journey in like a couple of in like a couple of years, right? It takes a while for it to spin up. It takes a while for it to spin up. But they get there, and where they are, and where they arrive. Okay, we're just gonna have to just deconstruct all of these. Um, where they arrive, they find a species in the beginning of establishing the infant stages of its own solar infrastructure. And these are the Catolians. What the heck? So the problem with this, Cuttlefish, is that this drive isn't fast. It lets you be able to zip across space in a way that is effectively faster than light. But in practice, you have to sit there for weeks and months without moving while the engine slowly tunnels a hole through space time. So, they do this, and they're on the edge of a system that can see them, that knows they are there, and they kind of have to just hold tight, I guess, hoping for the best. And what comes is a Catolian ship, and in a display of what was initially thought of as suicidal a cosmonaut, a cosmonaut emerges and moves over to one of the observation windows in the ship. And when they get near, they entangle themselves neuroelectrically with one of the people in the ship. And this is where humanity is introduced to the idea of psionics. And before people start screaming about them, welcome back. Welcome back. We're just talking about humanity's first big inaugural like wormhole exploratory travel where they've met the Catolians and one of them has just entangled themselves neuroelectrically within one of the humans. And this is where humanity was introduced to psionics. Psionics in Nineveh is not space magic. I want to be clear about that. What it is it is the projection of neuroelectric impulses outside your own body. It is the interaction of your nervous system with things outside of your own body. It is not something that is common. Some species have innate predilections towards it for any number of reasons. Some species do not. One of the species that has no innate, like, push towards it is humanity. Catolians do. And I'd like to be clear, even with this natural predilection, like the scion, if you want to call them that is interacting with this human person, is not doing this unaided. Like, they are using technology to help amplify and clarify all of these signals and all of these modes of communication. But the difficulty is that architecture is different. Even if you're carbon based, even if you have a lot of things in common, your architecture can be different. But what isn't entirely different is low level instinctual architecture. And sending out impulses, low level instinctual impulses that, you are non hostile, that you are friendly, that you are welcoming, that you are trying to communicate, can open the door. And over the course of the next several, because wormholes took a long time to open initially, right? So it was over the course of the next several years that they were stranded in the Catolian system that their computers worked very hard on being able to understand each other. And ultimately, they were successful and they could start communicating with this second species. And the Catolian, each one of the big three of the Union, and the Union is, where we're getting to, the Union is still, like, easily, like, 1,500 years, like, not 1,500, like, 500, 1,000 years ahead, right? So, the thing that the Catolians introduced, and part of why they were part of the Big Three, is that they were the first real psionic species. The second species that humanity ever met, the first one being other humans, the second species humanity ever met was the Catolians. And they had this capacity, and it started to become, in meeting with the Oversight Board, they ended up strengthening the Oversight Board's reach, because now the Oversight Board knows two things. One is that there's other people out there who can talk, and two is that even if it doesn't allow for clear communication, they now have a potential ally that did become their ally that can grant them the ability to allow for unclear but important early communication that can prevent horrible misunderstandings or incidents. Like, rather than running into something where it's like, we have no capacity to communicate, something horrible could happen here because you're able to move. In a world where you can't move faster than light, this will never happen because you will always have years, decades, centuries to figure out how you want to make first contact. In a world where you can't move faster than light, where you can move faster than light, you don't have that kind of time. You need some system by which you can actually not just communicate,
Captain.
but actually make it clear that you wish to communicate rather than assuming either being left alone or open hostilities. You need that as a function, as a way to function. If you don't have that, you're gonna have a bad time. Um, okay. So the Catolians brought this in, and in exchange, they were slowly given access to the technology of the Oversight Board. This ability to move via wormholes in what is effectively pseudo FTL. Because it's not FTL, but the effect is as though you had FTL, right? And the Catolians were a slightly difficult species for humanity to interact with initially, for reasons that we're not going to talk about tonight, because we're just talking about the history of the Union tonight. And I'm going to have to go because, again, I'm probably hydrating a little too well, or my body is having one of those things where it's just having a time of it. And what's going to happen when I get back is we're going to continue the story. I will take questions. If there's other things you want me to talk about, I will. But that's the currently that is the beginning part of the story of that is part 2 of 3 of the big 3 becoming the big 3. And therefore founding the Union and what the Union is. Okay. All right, Cuttlefish. I'm gonna be right back. Won't be more than like 2 minutes, okay? Okay, I hope I won't be more than 2 minutes. If I am, it's because I've had to be sick. Be right back. Okay, okay, we are back. We are back. I just noticed that statement of yours, maybe, and I don't. I'm not trying to turn this. I'm not gonna make it into a blue thing, but yeah, yeah. It probably could be. That probably feels really weird, and I bet some people would enjoy it. So, um, where was I? Oh, following outcroppings. Right. So I am back. I am back, and we have one more bit of story time. One more bit of story time for this particular story. And that is talking about the third member. uh, so I do not have an official number on that, but so Catolians are if you're on my Discord, if you're on my Discord, if you're not on my Discord, you can go !Discord to get my Discord. You can I do art. I don't do it on stream anymore because I'm uncertain about Twitch. I haven't heard back on their rules yet. But but I have art of a couple of a couple of a couple pieces of clothing that are fairly evocative of human fashions from the oversight board culture, from the mainline culture within the union. Um, and I have a picture.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
I have a picture of where's my base? I have a picture of the Catolians as well.
Oxygen.
I guess I have to just go up. So you can decide, and the Catolians are in kind of traditional garb or fashion for that species. So it's an idea of kind of how their culture does, or how the dominant culture of theirs that is available, that is basically representing them within the union, how they believe in like dress and similar things should go, right? Because every species has more than one culture to it. These are just the ones that are at least somewhat dominant, right? These are the big ones and the ones that are going to be first introduced. And Catolian are these like orange colored lizardy individuals. So I don't know how long it would take for the first interspecies relationship. I imagine I imagine probably a generation or two, right? And I imagine a generation or two for this reason. Not to get used to each other. I imagine there was interspecies fun times much earlier. But you asked relationship. And I imagine it would take a generation or two before you start having Catolians and humans who share a language, who share enough customs and understanding to be able to have a strong relationship, right? Like, because, yes, you can cross linguistic barriers and divides, right? But, like, this is a new biology, this is a new species, and at this point in time, there's still a lot of concerns about things like different biological, I'm not gonna say cross contamination, but basically cross contamination. Um, so there's still a lot of that happening here at this time. Uh, so that's why I think it'd probably be a generation or two before a scenario happened in which a relationship like that could really exist. But I could see, I know some people who would absolutely hop on that. They're quite small though, so I mean, depending on if you like small kings and queens, they might either be up your alley or not up your alley. The average Quatolian height is, I want to say, about like 150 meters. Not meters. Sorry, like 150 centimeters. Like yeah, like 100. Yeah, like 150 centimeters. We're talking about the Catolians. Uh, and interspecies relationships and what is required for them to be extant. Uh, Welcome back, though. Hopefully the uni work is going well for you. Um, and we're about to embark on a story of the last of the big three. Because the last of the big three, and there's no picture up there. Sorry. If someone sends a reminder, I will post one after stream. I will post one after stream. They're called the Feliae. And the Feliae is where humanity yeah, best of luck with that. That is nothing to mess with. Um what was it? The Feliae come into there's something before where the Feliae come into this, right? And what humanity and the Catolians have started to see around and about in the galaxy, and they're not exploring a lot of the galaxy, right? The galaxy is enormous. It is vast and unfathomable, and even exploring it with the ability to move to the most interesting parts of space with only months or years between them is still a very long time. Uh, they start finding evidence of other people or peoples, ancient derelict things that exist in the nothing of space. They salvage what they can from them, try and learn what they can from them, but many of the systems don't make a lot of sense. They're not very usable as much beyond raw materials. And many of them just get preserved as artifacts and studied by xenoanthropologists. And it's in this sort of initial age of spacefaring exploration, this initial age of trying to understand what's out here,
30 seconds of oxygen
that
remaining.
the Feliae are encountered. The Feliae live in a system that has a enormous spaceborne construct in it, and everyone was deeply, deeply impressed with the Feliae, right? Because it's like, wow, look at how much they have gotten done, right? Because they're not that old. And by not that old, I mean they're not particularly much older than humanity. Um, or sorry, they're not particularly much younger than humanity is. But they have this giant spaceborne installation. And at the same time, when humans were there, when humans were at that point, they didn't have anything like that. and they have all kinds of very advanced medicine and tiny, tiny microcircuitry and so many things. And humanity is just looking at this going, how the hell have they done all of this? Because it's kind of impressive, right? And then, and the Felier, who are, they're vaguely avian, I guess would be a good way to describe them. The Felier are not telling how they did any of this. They're not keen to share the wealth as it is. And but eventually the A Felier basically comes to them and is like, hey, if I share with you some super impressive thing, this super impressive secret, would you like just let me be stupidly rich and also maybe protect me from being killed? Because they're gonna try and kill me. And humanity and the Catolians said yes. Yes, of course they were going to, because we really want to know. And that secret was nanopaste. The Felier didn't make nanopaste, although for a while after the secret was out, they claimed they did. Instead, they were harvesting it from their giant installation had been built around one of those massive derelicts that still retained supplies of nanopaste. And a little goes a long way with this stuff. Humanity and the Tolians have not figured out nanomechanics. No one's figured out nanomechanics at the time that the setting takes place. But whoever these people who came before did, and they figured out how to, and the Felier figured out how to grab and manipulate and make use of it. So after the secret was out, they were like, okay, yes, we'll sell you some of the nanopaste that we are absolutely making, wink, wink. And eventually, like a century or so later, it was found out that the Felier weren't making it, they were just harvesting it. But at that point, their political position was too entrenched for them to really be dislodged from being the third member of what would become the Big Three. And nanopaste has a lot of very valuable properties outside of industry or things like that. Think about the idea of if I can put a little bit of nanopaste inside me, it can regulate a lot of things about me. It can keep me healthy. It can prevent me from having certain kinds of allergic reactions, say to the microbiologies of other species. It can also help keep my microbiologies free and clear. It is what allowed for the step from we are allies working together to now we are co-workers side by side. Nanopaste is what allowed for that transition from where there had to be massive quarantine decon procedures where meeting each other face to face without being in environmental suits was a big hassle. And even in environmental suits, it was still a big hassle. It was just an enormous one without them. But suddenly, this wasn't the case. Suddenly, you could walk up and shake hands or bow to a Catolian. You know? Suddenly, you could
immediately.
kiss a Felier. And it is at this point that those of you who are wondering about interspecies relationships, it's around this point that actually starts becoming something that can kind of practically happen in a casual way. Because until you can just talk to someone, until you can go up and interact with someone, you can't really um, have a very good relationship with them, right? That's just not going to happen well. But now, suddenly you can. I can't catch this fish. The fish made a liar out of me. Um, so, that is where the big three came together. And as they started working with each other, as trade began to form, and the alliances began to become more and more long term, they kind of looked at each other and went, okay, we know that we're going to encounter other intelligent life out there, but we seem like we made it first, right? It seems like we got out here and made it first. If we work together, because, you know, we're such good friends, if we work together, doubtless we could make it so that anyone else we encounter or anyone else who comes after us can't dislodge us from being on top. And this was kind of the basis by which the Union was formed. It was started off as a agreement and alliance between these three. And it's why they're called the Big Three, is because the Union is now run by let's call it a representative council, right? And there are 10 seats on the council. There are the 3 founding seats, and then there are the 7 member seats. And the three founding seats have more votes and are permanent. They have enough votes that together they could approve or veto. They could veto anything on their own or approve anything with just one additional vote. With the Council of 10. And that became sort of the foundation for the Union. So that is the basic story about how the Union was formed. And Venom itself takes place about 500 years later. And we'll probably talk some more about that another time, but I think that story has gone on long enough. And I will leave it there for now. So, Cuttlefish, we have been being fairly relaxed. It's going to be a very chill time, largely. Mostly a bunch of farming and stuff. But in a minute, we're going to have to ruin that. Because we're going to go down and we're going to be doing some exploring and we're going to try and get a scan. And I'm not done talking, if you were wondering. Still happy to talk. Okay. can't get a seat. But that's where things are for now. And what I'm hoping to do, what I'm looking forward to doing in the future, is as I talk more about this and get this ready, I would, if people will be so gracious as to consent, would love to do like some tests of things on here. Maybe run a game or two on here with that, see how it goes. Because I like the setting. I like the setting. And I don't know where I'd run another game in. What's funny is if you asked me if I had to run a game on stream tomorrow with some VTuber friends, my first pick would probably be something with a setting, because anything that I want to do with a setting is going to take a minute because I go slightly mental regarding mechanics. Because I can't seem to help myself. I would like to run an Exalted game sometime because I miss Exalted. I liked it a lot. Second edition, ideally, but I could be convinced to do any one of them. I don't know what that one is yet. So, if you guys have requests for something that I speak on, let me know. I'm happy to tell another story. I'm happy to talk about other things. And I think I promised to talk some about something last night, but I don't remember. Yeah, one thing I definitely want to do, and I've been thinking about ways to do it, is to do some art stuff. It may be possible, and I'll be asking people on my Discord, it may be possible that I might start doing some streams both here and on an art streaming platform, because there is one. I would have to set up for it, but it shouldn't be that hard after all of this setup here.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Ooh, that was too close. I do not have the health to take a bite. But what we're gonna do tonight is I want to move this. I want to move this game towards a climax. And I'd like to move tonight towards a climax as well. We're in. Usually, this is the last hour that I stream. I sometimes go longer. And if I need to go longer to hit this goal I have in mind, I probably will. But I was up very late yesterday, and I don't think. I think I mentioned that to the person. I think I mentioned to them that I wanted them. If someone wants to talk to me about moderation for my Discord server, they need to reach out to me on Discord and talk to me there. The stream is not the appropriate forum for talking about getting about someone possibly being a moderator. So whoever was looking for that, that's where you should go. Like, send me an at me or leave me a message in lobby. I think everyone on the server should be able to at individual people, and I will be able to get back to them either maybe a little bit tonight, but realistically probably I will be talking to them about it in more depth tomorrow. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, we're going to take this hall back. It's a decent little hall, and I think I'm running out of room. Oh, I have a lot of room, actually. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to take this hall, and we're going to start heading in the direction of what I want to do. But first, we're going to need to... Oh, dear. First, going to need to get some things. So, in gameplay, I've mostly been farming. It's been a very relaxed evening. But we're about to unrelax that, because I'm about to go. I want to scan the unscannable tonight. I'm going after a, I think they're... So, trying not to spoil people, but this is spoilers territory, okay? So we're gonna have a small warning that there are spoilers coming up for this game, and I'm gonna say them in 10, 9, 8... Oh, hi! Hey, thank you. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so my goal tonight is that I am going to be going out and scanning the Ghost Leviathan. Or is that the Nightmare Leviathan? I don't remember what it's called. It might be the Deep Leviathan. It has a slightly odd name, but that's what I'm going to be going to do. Oh, I actually can build a reinforced dive suit. Shadow. Thank you, Shadow. Thank you, Cuddlefish. Shadow. Okay, so we're going to take this back home. We're not going to unload yet. What do I need to make the... Actually, what do I need to make the fibers? Do I have that, like, handy? What's a fiber? Ruby and plant spot. Okay, so I need fibers. Diamonds. Okay, we have all of that. Okay. So we're going to head back to the spire. Make a reinforced dive suit. You know what's funny is I actually genuinely, I didn't get hurt by it. Last time, I didn't get hurt by it. We also need to pick up the prawn suit. And we should be able to make the grapple arm now, I think, actually. Which would be nice. Oh, did I? Okay. I did. My mind has drawn a complete blank over where that is. Because it was very scary. I remember getting eaten very distinctly. I remember getting eaten. Did I just get bumped by something? That was worrying. Ooh, heart rate's going up a little bit. Okay. Alright. Yeah. But, so yeah, and I don't know if maybe or if Mochi is out there. But I will see about reaching out regarding the idea of, like, of getting together some stream games. I will reach out regarding that idea, and we're going to and I will see if we can't get that together in the future, because I actually would super love that. I guess I can only repair the truck from outside the truck. Weird, but sure. Hey, you're only screaming. Okay. Alright, this power supply died. Okay. I actually have. Thank you, Brandon. I I've probably gone through about 16 ounces or so of liquids on this particular stream. On this particular stream, I've gone through about 16 ounces, I think, of liquid. So not a terribly large amount, but not nothing. um, not nothing. Um, take that battery. Yes, ion battery. Okay. And we can get a repair tool battery replacement. And a building tool while we're here, why not? Yes, I have eaten. I have not eaten lately. I have not eaten lately, but I don't eat a lot at certain times. I have had plenty of food for my day, though. I've had plenty of food for my day. Some rubies, plant clippings. Okay, I'm gonna have to go down and get some of those. Okay. Mostly benzene. What's benzene? Flowering spores and ribbon plants. Okay. Okay, just getting a bunch of stuff. We're also gonna need some lithium. Take the wiring kit. We have titanium. We have everything else. We need some gold, maybe. We need some diamond. We're gonna need finally all of the diamond thirsts coming back into its own. Can stick that in the charger. If I were to if I had to suddenly run a game like tomorrow, I would probably be running like Dark Heresy. I know, it's terribly, painfully anti-Xenos. I know, but I love Warhammer. I might be running Exalted. I might run a vampire game. Those are all different ideas. I think I have a module Mark II, don't I? Well, we're gonna get stuff together. We're gonna get a bunch of things together and then head out. Always do that. Because the way it positions me. Okay. You make that. Gonna get some spiral plant clippings. It only gives 2? Oh my goodness. Okay, well you start growing. I it will be a little bit, but put that desire in my Discord, and when I start getting things up and together and running, then I will reach out to you. But you will have plenty of opportunity to know. It's not going to be immediate. It's not going to be anytime like bam right now. I wish it would be, but I need a ribbon plant. That's right. Okay. There we go. Ribbon plants. But yeah, I don't know what game it's gonna be, but I'm gonna get something together. I also think, I don't know if maybe is around. I don't know if maybe's around, but maybe a very kind invitation to play, uh, like lobby, lobby is tabletop lounge is probably the best place to put it, but maybe a very kind, invitation that I'm thinking I might take take him up on, which is he offered me a to come and play some magic with him sometime. And I think what I might do is I might on my last stream this week, I might sit down and like get MTG Arena and things together for that. Cause I have no idea about what I'm doing with that. Um but I am kind of into that idea. Oh, I have everything for it. Okay, cool. I guess I'll store the alternate stuff in there. Yeah, and that can be like basic supplies. And alternate stuff can go in here. How? Oh, I can't actually stack all of them? That's bogus. Okay. So I need some gold. I swore I had gold. There it is. Seems a bit silly to build this out here, but frees up my room. Frees up the room in my inventory. And that gets me the advance. So I just need 2 titanium, and I can go build that. Okay. We're almost there. We're getting ready. Oh, I need to take that. So the fiber mesh. Deployables. But yeah, I think I actually might do that. And Subnautica might end up becoming what I do on. There's been a lot of debate. I've reached out. I've asked everyone who's willing to lend me their thoughts on things, and it seems like the okay, I need another computer chip. Okay, it seems like the general consensus is leaning towards
Vital signs
my
stabilizing.
doing different things on different days. So Subnautica might be my Sunday thing. I kind of like that because it's alliterative, and I'm nothing if not easily influenced by that kind of thing. Okay. It does seem to be a bit of a good way to forget what I was doing. What I would have to do is I would actually have to make small notes on what I was doing in like at the after each stream, which I'm not opposed to doing. What is this? That is a computer chip and copper wire. Okay. Let me zip out here. So computer chip is copper wire and gold. Yeah, I can make one of those. 2 of you. I need a copper wire on top of it. Welcome back, Mochi. Welcome back. I I am sorry to say that you did end up missing the rest of the story time. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, there was some discussion about the idea of that I'm actually gonna try and make it happen. Like I actually am. I'll probably start trying to see about getting it to happen like later on this week, figuring out scheduling and stuff. But I'm going to be trying to Mochi, like there's been some talks between me and like I don't know if you were here yesterday, but me and how much power do I have? Half power. I should get the last power charge. Between me and maybe about the idea of like getting together some like VTuber tabletop game fun times. And uh and and I wanted you to know that because I think I might be going to start trying to get that to happen maybe sometime this week. I don't know. I'm not saying that we'll be starting things this week, but I'm going to start seeing if I can't coordinating it and making that actually be a thing. And I am excited about this possibility. And I was mulling over what setting would I actually be doing it in, because the settings I'm working on are not yet, I think, ready. I love just seeing these whales everywhere. It's fantastic. I love just having them around here. uh, I'm not.
Welcome
I don't know that you have to. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay. Like the avatar isn't like honest like even if like I had to look into how all of this works, right? I have to look into how the entire thing works. So don't worry to try and rush or anything. Don't worry to try and rush or anything. Um, but we will figure things out. Right, copper wire computer chip. And now I can make this. I need 2 titanium. But yeah. I actually want to help return some of the wonderful affections that I feel like I have gotten from maybe and hey, whatever works, right? Uh uh yeah, you can absolutely talk about that. Absolutely. We can talk about rigs and stuff in actually like I'll join in talking about the rig stuff in just a minute. So we actually can do that. That's not a problem. But what I was saying was I wanted to return maybe's some of maybe's generosity and I want to join part. They've graciously invited me to join um in uh in this Magic the Gathering thing they do. And so I'm probably gonna see about making sure that that happens. Let me see. Any good names, Cuttlefish, for the prawn suit? Because I'm thinking about naming it not Optimus, but that's like the only thing I can think of. What's what's Guru what's Guru K Guru Key? Doing everything I can. Doing everything I can, hun. Okay. Prawn suit depth module 2. And the grappling arm is 2 titanium. Why Christopher? Like, I'm gonna do it. Why Christopher? Oh, wait, what do you mean rock VTuber? Explain? Oh, yes, that's the perfect name. Okay. Okay. What's a rock VTuber, and are they as awesome as you? They have to be, right?
Vital signs stabilizing.
Right, okay. Okay. We can absolutely do that. Wow, I need more lithium. Holy crap. Oh, it's not used to do that. So yeah, I guess you're talking about rigging. I guess this is safe to say. I guess this is safe to say. Um, so whilst my design, like, well, all my art is homebrew. My rigging is not. I did not learn how to rig very well, but I got some help. Dusky Boris is actually the lovely soul who helped get my rig actual functional. They did all of the big heavy lifting, actually letting me move and talk to you and things. So if you want like an evidence of like what they've done, well, here you are. Oh no, I needed one more lithium. Okay, that's fine. There's gotta be a lithium like right around here or something, right? That's kind of awesome. That's kind of awesome. Okay. I like that concept. She yeeted their soul into a rock. Sorry, consciousness into a rock. I really. So I expect because they are. I expect as your partner that they yeeted their soul to you. There's lithium. Okay, just need a little bit. But not gonna refuse any more that wants to come. I'm still I've never been good with differentiating high concept and low concept. I will admit to that. But okay. That's cute. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Right, one of oh, that was titanium's easy though. Titanium's right around here. Just go up, go down, all the titanium. I hope at least it was an enchanted forest. I hope at least it was enchanted. Okay. Here we go, finally. A grappling arm. Oh, I can stick another module on here? Hell yes. Hang on. What can we build? We can have thermal reactor. Okay. Jump jets, which I have. I guess I'm gonna build that. Which game lore? Hang on. Christopher. Here we go. Excellent. Titanium. I'm so sorry, Brandon. My memory is shot. I have no idea what I just said. Like, literally. Like, I know you're talking about something I just said. It's completely gone. I'm so sorry. But I'm glad the confusion is cleared up. Okay, we're just gonna shove stuff in here however we can for the moment. Um, but yeah, gonna be asking some questions about all kinds of stuff coming up in the future. Okay, it's still growing, still growing. All well and good. Oh wait, no, I wanted to get a start on that. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make that wing of the base come back around and connect to here, and then the base will be complete. I might, since this is turning into, since I'm trying, since so many of you guys are in the scene, maybe like would people be interested if I made a channel for talking about rigs? Ah, no, sorry. That's so you can think of it in a way. How do I put this? It's not anyone's lore. I mean, it's my lore, but not my personal lore. It is the lore of Ninima. Ninima is a setting that as soon as it's ready, I'm gonna start running playtest games and things like that in. Yeah, that is a thing that I am doing. Uh,
Welcome aboard, Captain.
no. I will say though that Ninima is definitely influenced by my own particular situation and what I hope waits for you out in the stars. That is my I will say that about that. It's so hard to get these on center. And I'm really OCD about it. It's slightly painful. Okay. Okay, that needs to be one quick run upstairs. Yeah, I don't know what the game would be though. Uh I I I don't want to do a Pathfinder game. I will if people bully me into it, but I don't want to do a Pathfinder game because that's what I'm doing right now. Um, we can spare a battery for this, surely. We just need like silicon rubber. Okay. Um, okay. May as well take all of that down. Uh, no, the thing I started at the beginning, that lore, is lore for my setting, and it's going to be one of the two, I think, big settings, worlds, universes, whatever you want to call them, that I will be running stuff in and making things for. Um, I'm super excited about it. Uh, and I'll be talking more about it going forwards as I have more stuff to talk about with it, basically. Um, let me see. I've ummed and uhed a lot lately, which is probably no good. And it's probably a sign that I'm definitely getting tired. I don't normally stream for 5 hours. I normally stream for like 3-ish hours, sometimes 4. I'm still working on building up my endurance for it. Um, I find it curious that you can't make silicon rubber in a size smaller than 2. It's just kind of odd to me. Oh, well, power supply, armored diving suit. Oh yeah, the fins thing. Can I get that as my fins real quick? Let's get the ultra capacity fins, and then we're gonna go on a dive. Made polyolene and wiring kit. Can I make polyolene? I know I'm saying that wrong. Polyaniline. Polyaniline. Gold and hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is 3 of those in salt deposits. The only question is, do I have gold? I have gold. I'll make it. I have a gold. I'm gonna make it. That's wonderful. Polyaniline? Thank you, Dusky Boris. That's actually super helpful. English is not my first language. Or I should say, English isn't the language I speak fluently. Okay. So happy you can grow these little bulbs. Because otherwise that would be a nightmare.
Seek fluid intake.
What if they increase the size of those grow beds? They seem larger than I remember them from the first game, but who am I to say? Oh, I could still make the still suit too, couldn't I now? I don't have. There it is. Still suit. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that later. Okay. Oh, I need salt. Salt. Okay, this is gonna be awesome. And I need a wiring kit, which is just 2 silver. You know, that's the thing. Like, you play this game and you take a look at it, and from your perspective, everything is so, like, decked out in drip, right? But they're just useful materials, and space is full of them. There's enough gold in, like, a single near Earth asteroid that it would crash the entire gold market. Like, what are you guys gonna do when that happens? My personal prediction is that the first person who gets to it makes out like a bandit and leaves a wreck behind them. That's my personal belief. It seems like the way that would go down. It seems like the way that would go down. You know what? There is a, yes, basically.
Vital signs stabilizing.
And, yeah, it's why the oversight board basically could split off. I heard a ping, I heard a pingling, I heard a pingling. I heard that, hang on. One more for the collection. Oh, where is it? Not here. I swore I heard a young pingling. What? Oh man, yeah, that will be fun, won't it? Oh hey, there's one. Okay. Excellent. Oh, there's some more! Come on, cuttlefish. This will be good for the collection. Pardon me? Don't mind me. Excellent, don't mind me. I need your children for the collection. Okay. I have. I don't know why I'm doing this. The notion came into my head, and like now I have to. I have to see it through. Um. I think I could be convinced to do a Pathfinder game if people wanted to do like a Spelljammer or a Black Sun game. Something like that. I could be convinced to do a Pathfinder game for. Or even like a 5th edition. Oh, come on. Why do I keep forgetting which one it is? Here it is. Okay. There we go. The Pingwing Locker is pure. As it should be. Can I plant that here? I don't like killing the plant, but... I don't... Is that even done yet? I have seen it. I want none of it. I want 0% of that. But I have seen it. Okay, I guess you can't plant those. I guess it goes into the bioreactor then. I have seen it. I want none of it. I don't know why they decided to do that. But I guess whatever makes them happy. I'm... Someone's gonna ask me to play that, aren't they? I can already feel it. But I've seen it. It's like a giant tentacle snake monster. And not in the fun way at all. Like, I don't want anything to do with that thing. It looks awful. That's fair. Maybe I have nothing to worry about. Maybe I have nothing to worry about.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay. Maybe I have nothing to worry. Maybe it will never get released. That would be amazing. Then I'll never have to worry about trying to play it. one last dump of things, and then we're off. To answer the question, do I need this much storage? The answer is yes. What? No, 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 no. Brandon, that is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. Now, if you want to pay me to play it in survival mode, that we can talk about. I'm just going to hate myself. Oh, then you get to see my heart rate jump, wouldn't you? Oh, yeah, then I'd just be bouncing all over the place. Okay, let's go for a dive. So, here's what we're doing, Cuttlefish. We're gonna go down to where, get off my land is, which is somewhere over here, I think. Yeah, land, get off, huh? I actually haven't. I haven't, which kind of makes me happy. It either means that I'm much more relaxed, or that I, or what it means is I've acclimated to the trauma and I no longer feel the fear. It's one of the two. It's definitely one of the two. Plus, I don't know that you can judge my heart rate by human standards. Like, most people have a heart rate like around 80 or 90, right? Something like that. Well, I don't know. I don't do xenobiology. Oh, okay. I had no idea. I learned something. No, 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 no. Not tonight. Not tonight. Maybe next time. Not tonight. Okay. Now to see if we can get our mini long boy down here. Oops. Okay. We are at 5 segments, Cuttlefish. We're at 5 segments and I'm so happy. Look at us go. Oops. It's a little bit unwieldy to drive, though, I'll tell you that much. Little bit unwieldy to drive this. Uh, oops. Where is land, though? Land, get off of. It's this way? This way? Okay, okay, I'm going the right way. I gotta go this way now. Okay. Let's try this way. Round down this way. Wait, is this the way down to the other area? Because, I think I'm going the wrong way. Okay, this is the way down. I don't want way down. I need to find the way. It's near the wreck, isn't it? I'm so lost. Okay, okay. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do game wise. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing after this yet either. I'm gonna be organizing a poll sometime this week to talk about that, I think. I've gotten a little bot together to help with that. Okay, that's the act section. That's the for section, so I gotta go this way. I just took a drink. I just took a drink. We are good to go. If we are hydrated. I wish I could claim I was moisturized. Uh, if I was moisturized, I would be all on top of that, but I can't claim that one right now. Exactly. Not not at all thinking about what's to come. Oh, what did I hit? Okay, the long boy concept, while sound, is proving somewhat problematic. Oh no. Okay. Whoops. Okay, hang on. Okay, there's the Mercury to 4 section. So the aft section, so somewhere I can do this on my door, land, get offa. So it's somewhere down like this way and spirals down, focus. I'm hoping not to do the latter one. I really would like not to do the latter one. Please don't get in the way, sea monkey. Hang on. We can follow the caves. We can follow the caves. We can follow the caves. That's what we can do. Wow. Long boy is long. I feel like I'm trying to navigate with like with like hips the size of my room. Holy crap. It's gorgeous. I'm actually so happy I got to upgrade stuff this week. This game was not this pretty before this week. It's absolutely beautiful. Subnautica, one of the best things it has going for it is that sense of presence. Like, if nothing else, it has an incredible sense of immersion. There is the land that I'm not allowed on. Okay, first things first, because she's not home, we're gonna go invade her house. What is Endless Ocean? I've never heard of Endless Ocean. Because she's not home, we're gonna go invade her house. That's kind of amazing. Oh, that sounds wonderful.
You again.
Whoa, shit! I didn't know you were here. I thought I was breaking into an empty house. Oh, scuba diving must. Scuba diving has to be super rad. Here's the back room. Wow, she does no dishes. Holy shit. Damn, she's living that bachelor lifestyle. Holy crap. Look at all of this. I know, right? Oh, it's the bonus of this game. What, why can't I? Why can't you? Can I not have? A sink? Yes. Yes, sink is fun. Yes, all good. And a toilet, very fun. Nice, haha. I want my water gourds. No, not even. Not even. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. No, no. It's denying me. Either it's bugged or the developers put these here and made it so you can't actually take samples of them. I'm. Oh, I wanted it so much. Is there a scanner thing? No? Okay. I guess I can't scan and make her bed. Okay.
A fortnight into our voyage, I
Let's
was
hear
more or
some
less
more.
living inside the creature's ribcage. It meant shelter, and it meant food. The flesh was starting to rot. The stench was unlike anything I'd ever smelled. As we floated, the temperature dropped. The rotten meat began to stiffen and freeze. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, the Reaper began to lose buoyancy. We sank a little each day. My sanctuary was becoming my tomb, and I was at the mercy of the current and the winds. Until one day, I saw a smattering of penguins in the distance. Swimming birds usually mean solid land of some kind. I was lucky. The winds followed their path. Hours later,
Right?
I saw a blessed sight. An unmoving cloud sitting upon the water. Land. It renewed my spirit as I watched the land get closer and closer. The Reaper slowly sank, but I was no longer worried. When the Reaper finally sank below the water, I was close enough to lazily swim my way to shore. I made a note to come back for the Reaper skull. I didn't ride the beast for 3 weeks to have no proof. Land never felt so good, even in this Arctic hell.
Yeah, it really says a lot about her, right? And a lot of them did. Plenty of them didn't, but a lot of them did. I think it says a lot about her and just how poor her mental state and her like her general view of her own self-worth as a sapient life form is. Because, like, no one wants to live that way, right? I assume. Like, a bit of mess, yeah, sure. Happens to all of us, right? We all get behind on cleaning. Not shaming anyone for that, but just to have, like, all this, like, rotting old dishes and stuff like that around. She sure seems like it. She sure seems like it. You know what my biggest fear is down here? That I turn around, and suddenly there's like a predatory creature just looking at me. That's the thing I don't want to happen down here. Wow. A lot of nice stuff down here. Okay. Well, we picked up a lot of stuff here. It's time for us to move on. We can come back. We got plenty of storage. Jif Jop Jeff. Jif Jop Jeff Joof. I need a ton of titanium later. 'Cause someone challenged me to make a very, very tall structure. And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I wonder if it would react to a flare. I wonder. Oops. Wow, okay. Alright, now time for the part I'm really worried about. Let's see if we can long boy this in here. It's a mini long boy, right? It's not a proper long boy until we get to a bunch of them. Oh, right. There's actually no way down from here, is there? Damn it. We went the wrong direction. Wrong way. Okay. We can fix this. We can fix this. It's an easy way out. Yeah, we can do this. So as far as I can tell, she survived in the void, basically by getting inside uh, a Reaper Leviathan and just floating inside it. Like she was living inside like one of its body cavities, is my understanding. The ones for the for moving around. Yes, she was living on his stomach now. Ah, good old home English home. Oh no, they're nice. They're not. I don't know. Are they using texture or is that voxels? I'm not sure. Is that a hole? Is that a way out? That is a way out. Okay. We need to head to the metal scrap crash. That's where we're going. Come along, Cuttlefish. We're heading there, and then we can head deeper down. Assuming that's a thing we can do. Did I go the wrong way? Oof, okay. Sorry, it makes me a little bit nervous every time I run into something that I'm gonna lose Christopher. I'm hoping not. I don't seem to, but long boys are harder to drive than they first seem like they're going to be. Oh, that's just mean to have that there. That's just mean. I think we're... I need to get out of these caverns somehow. Oh, here we are. Here we are. Here we are. We're back in the open ocean. And we're right nearby where we need to be. Okay. Okay, we're on our way. The climax of tonight. I will be back tomorrow at the same time. I think I know what I'm planning to do. I don't think I'm gonna be doing... I don't know if I'm gonna be doing this or I'm gonna be doing something else. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Like I might do this and finish up the storyline or something like that. I might do that. But tonight we scan the unscannable. We stare the unknown in its face and hopefully don't get bitten in half for our troubles. Actually, it doesn't bite people in half, it just kind of eats them whole, which I think is more intimidating. I think being eaten whole is a bit more intimidating. You'll have to let me know. What would intimidate you more? Being eaten alive? Or being being like bitten in half or being swallowed whole? Which one's more of a concern for you? This is actually this biome that we're about to head into is one of my it's one of my two favorites in the game. You know, I think there's some people out there who would pay very dearly to be able to get swallowed whole. Right? Nice to see I wasn't the only one who was thinking that. Oh, that no. Okay, we are not parking Jif Jock Jap Jif like that. A little bit, a little bit. Okay. Okay, that's... I can't park this right. Okay. Okay. Alright, where are all of my... lockers? Here. Gonna save. Just it's been a little while. Alright. I don't want to do this, but I kind of feel like I have to. I want to get every single scan I can in this game. Oh hey, there's crap from where I think I died once. Okay. Oh, don't worry, it will be. He's coming. He's coming. Hi! Hi, you! Okay, come on. A little closer. Keep away from the mouth. A little closer. Okay. Okay, you see me again. Are you coming back? Did you just vanish into the ceiling or something? Okay. Ooh. Okay. This is cannibal. Okay, I have that apparently. Okay, fine. We'll do this the other way. If you don't want to do this. If you don't want to do it this way, if you don't want to do it the nice way, we're going to do it the mean way. I kind of need to... I kind of need to use the bathroom. And I'm not stopping until I get this, so... Why can't I park this straight? This is an inability of mine. I can't do things straight. Okay. Okay, yes. And... Okay. We're now waiting in ambush. I don't like that I'm doing this. This doesn't feel like a good idea. This feels like a very bad idea. Like, the more I think about this, the less confident I am about this entire prospect. This entire prospect? Yes. No, we aren't, Okay, hang on. Okay, hi, no. Okay, here we go. Okay. What the fuck is happening? Okay. Okay, that was an experience. Okay, that might be the safest way is to grab on and then let it but I don't want to lose this. This is my prawn suit. I don't want to lose it. This is Christopher. Christopher can't die. Christopher lives. Okay. 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 Christopher's still alive. Actually, I have a great idea. It's maybe a very dumb idea. Oh, this was a dumb idea, wasn't it? It's definitely a vagina dentate. It's definitely a vagina dentate. I don't know. I think there's a lot about humanity that you have that is a literary concept. Oh shit! Okay, yeah, I am. I am. We cannot lose Christopher. We cannot lose Christopher. Okay. We move Christopher to here. This is a better spot. What NSFW? I have no idea what NSFW thing you guys are talking about, so I'm happy in my ignorance. Woo. Okay. No. No. You can have... grapes. Okay. 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 It's really disturbing how the suit makes, like, me injured noises. That's really unsettling. Okay. Okay, come on. Come on. Come on, you great big old bully. Come on. Ah! Okay. We dive. We dive. We dive. We rise. We rise. We rise. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh. Are you... My heart... Why is my heart rate so low? Why is my heart rate so low? Oh, and now my heart rate decides... What is wrong with me? That, like, now my heart rate decides to race. Oh my god. I think it's just... I think it's on a delay. I think it's on a delay. Wow, look at it go. I think it's on a delay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Holy crap. I like how it was just, like, so low the entire time. And just like, boom. Okay. But you know what? We got it. You know what? You know what, Cuddlefish? Come here. Come here. Back inside. Back inside. Look at this. Look at this. we have databanks. Is it survival? No. Research? Indigenous life forms? Fauna? Leviathans? Uh, Juvenile Vent Garden, Shadow Leviathan. 60 plus meters? Several evolutionary offshoots. Segmented legs? Wow, that's, long man. Someday the things I will show you. Yes. There's a- Wow. We did not avoid the extreme threat. We did not avoid the extreme threat. We grabbed it. Okay. Okay, everyone. All of you wonderful cuttlefish. I think this is where we stop for the night. I'm exhausted, I'm happy, and my heart rate apparently is not going to go down below 80 anytime soon. So I might have to use the bathroom and have a lie down. In either case, thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will talk to those of you who are part of the station and I will see you all tomorrow. I hope I will see you all tomorrow, where we either follow up on this or we're going to go off and explore. I don't know which one yet. I'll probably ask. Thank you. I can't wait until I'm saying the same to you, Mochi. All of you, good night. Take care of yourselves. Be wonderful to each other out there, humanity, and I will see you soon.